So we're still prepping this soil. Let's see. I've taken off a couple of days. My uncle was here. I had an appointment on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. So we're back at it now. The goal is to get these things into the ground within the next few days. So this is fertilizer. So the soil is finally topped up on this patch. And then the next patch over there, we get it topped up. And then this, we're going to be doing something else with this. But because this is in the zone of construction, it just chaka chaka. So we're here measuring for the boys' house. So that's what we're out here doing. So what we're doing is we're constructing quarters for the guys in this area here. Because before we can even think about having the use of that land, we have to get all the wretched rubble that's been there off of Pole Joseph. Alright, boo. Yeah, before we can even think about having the use of this land to do everything that I need to do, we need to move this rubble. Right? So part of this is going to go to over there to the boys' place, and part is going to start the foundation of the other area over there. So you see, I have a lot of materials, but in the meantime, this doesn't preclude me from building out the hives. It doesn't preclude me from planting, right? So I have a lot of wooden material. I have some roofing material, you know, but you can see we're going with things. So once we move this up there, you really have to come here to see how big and how vast everything is. These small screen doesn't do us much justice. Only when you come here will you really be able to see and appreciate all that there is to see here, right? So you can see how clear the land looks now, right? So my goal is to get these things in the ground today, because if I'm not here to say, okay, do it this way, it won't get done. Not just that it won't get done how I need it to be done, right? Because I have I have the aesthetics in mind of how I want the plants to be laid out. I have my own aesthetics, because this here, I want to be able to still see this house, and I want you to be able to see everything that's happening here from that house. I want to be able to see from wall to wall. So my objective would be to keep this as clear and visible as possible. And I'm not going to do that. I can't do that if if I have too many jungle plants and things. So you see all them little plant here, what I'm supposed to cut down, they don't cut them down, but it's okay. So I made up my own mark out with the tree that I was saying, because we use the path to the truck from here. This is how the truck comes into the land to dump the materials. And I want to make sure that my garden is not in danger. And see, I'm filling. They should have done this yesterday. But you know what? I can't even say anything, because yesterday I gave them some work to do, and they did it all. So that area against the wall, I had them fill it yesterday. and then we put the some of the flowers over here, especially the sunflowers. My idea is to border the wall all the way around with sunflowers. So I know it doesn't look like much, but when this place is cleared, right? It's cleared and all of it looks clean like this and green and has the plants and have the flowers that's going around and the beehives in between. You're gonna see something, right? So I know it don't look like much, but you know me. I'm the kind of person who gets things done, right? So if you remember, last year, this time, that house, nobody could live in there. But this year we can. So by next year, this time, we're gonna see something. So the long haul is very important, right? So Marie and I had planted these sunflowers. So we're putting them here against the wall so that we have this row of sunflowers when you enter into it. This patch over here, no matter what I try to grow, nothing grows here. No grass no one grow, no flowers no one grow. This ring is my Malcolm X circle, and there are flowers here, but me not know the flowers them gone. I bought a lot of flowers for here, but because it's so shaded, not go and feed. All right, but these palm trees, my gosh, they came up so nicely. I didn't expect them to be this high this soon, right? But I bought these about last year this time, and with keep and care, they're coming along nicely. So I'm gonna do more for this land over here, because you can see it a get where I don't know what kind of bush that. I never plant this, and it looked like it come for I don't know what this is. I think is the young neem. I don't know, but I don't want it here. This I do want. My frangipani. These were sticks that were somebody had cut down their tree and throw them up on the side of the road, and I put them in Jackson's car and come and stick them in the ground, and voila. So I do want them. I'm not sure if I want them here though. So yeah, so these, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to cut down these acacia trees, right? Like I said, acacia trees are important to the African biosphere and African bees, but I don't like this because when you come in, this is all you see, and grass won't grow here because it's not there isn't enough sun. So if you have any idea of what I could do with this patch of no man's land right in my front yard, you let me know. So I'm gonna prune back these acacia bushes, and over here now I am not so keen on planting up over here. The reason being is because we have the salt air, and the salt air has damaged our plants before, right? And so I don't know how viable this place is for planting. I'm gonna try with some sunflowers, see if the sunflowers them survive over here from that corner all the way up. You see this wall? I don't know if you remember, but this wall had fallen down. The light company came to take out them rotten posts, and when they tried to take the post, this is the same post. The post drop and brop, mash down the wall. Someone had to help me out with building a new wall, and that was the wall. This is the new wall. It was an emergency. But anyway, so over here now, I have enough shade. I have enough shade that I can put the bees over here as well. This is a huge tract of land. My objective in the future is to put a swimming pool over here, a swimming pool, a villa, restaurant, something over here, right? But in the meantime, until that shows itself, I can continue to use this land so it gets a lot of sun, right? And I could have been done planted with it, but my elements over here are challenging, so I don't want to put too much effort in here and then the plants are not viable. So you can see it gets good light all the way around, right? And then on the other side of this is the cliff. So you see, in connection to the house, in relation rather to the house, there is enough room on this plot of land that something can go on. So there is enough here for a villa, for a restaurant, for a swimming pool. There is plenty here, right? And front yard again, we're to cover this with sand to put the children's play area. So when I say I'm still working, this is what I mean, because there are some things that need to be done outdoors. But just follow me, look at what I'm showing you. You see, from here I can stay on one part of this property and I can look clear down the end and I can see the wall. And I need to have that visibility, not just for my security, but for my aesthetics as well. I like to be able to see from one corner of the next. I don't like no woolly pa jokey things in my way. So yeah, this is what we're going on with today. And when I talk about the salt air, I'm going to show you what I mean. The beach gate is locked, but these plants have the benefit of being up close to the wall, so them kind of go on with things, right? This is getting direct wind, so you can see it's a struggle for life, right? And then these plants, they should have been much further ahead. They should be much further ahead, but due to the salt air out here, they're struggling. And it's not that we don't water them, and it's not that we don't give them fertilizer. It's, these are also a part of that frangipani that I planted. Those at the gate came up. They're still struggling for life, right? And these were dried sticks. Somebody just chopped them off and threw them out. And I put them in the ground. And here they are, springing up. But they could have been further ahead. This is the hammock garden. We hang hammocks out here in the daytime. Sometimes the boys forget. So if someone stays here and they want the hammocks, just ask for the hammocks. But you see what I'm talking about? But the seagrass, it has to be cut and then it renews itself, it replenishes itself. So yeah, so this is a massive space that could be used for an event space. If we cover this with sand and if we put up the proper railing here, this is a great space for an event. This is almost like a coconut cathedral because the coconut trees arch, right? And this is a great place for destination weddings if people were so inclined to get married on the African continent as opposed to going to all of these other places. That's my vision and my outlook for a place like this. As far as events are concerned, to make this into a place for the African diaspora to experience. It's a retreat, it's a repatriation retreat, but people can have their memories here as well, right? So this is when I saw it, I thought, so you see what I mean when I said the coconut cathedral? Check it out, right? And this is our front yard. So we're not near the beach, we're on the beach. Yeah, this is another plant. I spent a lot of money for the plant. I love it. I love it. I love it. And see, they are Fight for Life. This one as well. Supporting a Fight for Life because of the salt air. These cactuses, they go and they come back. They go and they come back. So they're in their season of coming back at the moment. But you see, this is not appealing. This right here is not appealing. So, you know, there's so many things that can happen with this property. Events. 1, 2 is you know, we have access to the island. We have beach access. We have our own juttings. We have everything. And then on the other side we do our farming and our beekeeping. So if this land is bought, oh, look how it's pretty. Lord, you just a guan, so you one just a guan. You're beautiful. Wow, impressive. Maybe she has the right amount of shade. She just a guan, right? But yeah, so wind and salt is part of the way you call it there. Wind and salt is part of the issues we're having. Going down to the beach, let me see if the gate is open, because I can show you more by what I mean when I say it's not necessarily viable to plant so close to the ocean, right? Oh, them locked the gate. Oh, is it really locked? No, it's not locked. Okay, I'm gonna go out there. Let me show you. Our gate of many returns. Expand your horizons. Right? Remember when I put these in? So yes, we're in high tide now. But look on this. I bought this, you know, for my friend, and the sea breeze near me down. That's an expensive palm. There's a conifer coming up. These aloe veras, they're coming up, you know. But you can see the tip of them. They look kind of burnt and roasted, right? You see there's what do you call it there? A papaya plant, and the fruit on the papaya itself starts to dry up before nothing. So I don't know why them boy they put tire down there. So why them think what I want tires there? Anywho, I'm just going to make one thing, because these frangipanis, they're suffering. I planted these with the expectation that it would be a nice grove of these plants with the white flowers, but that not gonna work out. So I'm gonna have to put like bougainvillea against the wall and just call it a day, right? And I could do well with that. And here along these lines, I'll just put like potted plants on the left and on the right. Yeah. So you can see the salt air isn't good. We painted this about 6 months ago. 6 months? No, man. The guys came back about 3 months ago. Yeah, because we have to do this every 3 months. But we have to continue to maintain it. Yeah, without maintenance, it can quickly fall into disrepair. Exactly how we found it. That's why we put the ironworks on the inside as opposed to the outside, right? So yeah, anything that the sea air has access to, you can see is suffering. So it might not be a good idea for the long term. You see, they're just fighting. They're just fighting for life. They're just barely fighting for life, right? So so here, cover it with sand. Put children's play space out here. There we need stepping stones. Here we're going to put a kitchen garden. This was an old giant tank. We're just gonna put a nice little fresh herb garden right outside here. But I'm waiting for the guy, the fundi, to come and fix it. so that when I put my soil and my manure, it don't run away, right? And then, so you see, we come back around, and then this area now, we want to put a nice eatery, something right here. And I have someone who is interested in doing that here, juice bar, eatery, and stuff. So, and then this, we're going to demolish this and turn this into, we're going to demolish it and rebuild it, right? Rebuild it into a proper villa structure, right? So let me get back to planting. I'm gonna make another video or do a live later on today about um, about business development. You know, same story, different day, new inspiration, better motivation. Yeah. So we have to get back to a place. Yeah. So these guys are they're they normally wait for me to come. If I ask them to wait, they wait so that they do things how I want them to do them. So we're putting certain plants in the back, certain plants in the front, and then this whole bed is going to be covered from there. So this patch first, because we don't have a whole lot of soil or a whole lot of manure, and those things are expensive. And so from there, and then here, right? Um, and that will satisfy me. That will do me for now. Um, and then we can move on with my life. But we have a good amount of space here, right? After I pruned the trees, after I cleared and everything and rake up and do everything, look quite nice and clean and pretty, right? It's all gone. And then so when these guys wake up in the morning, they'll be able to see green and bounty out here, right? So yes, so that's what we're doing right at the moment. Like I said, I'm going to get into some more things later on today. I have some things to finish up and move on with my day, and I have to show him where to put the seeds that I want him to plant, because we're putting some things directly in the ground and we're going to be transplanting some of these things um, in here. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. That's what's going on at the Exodus house. Bye bye.